You know, the invite said, let's get together. And you know, it's great. There's nothing like being there in person, live, not remote. So isn't it exciting to be here again? Well, I was thinking of what I might say tonight. I'm going to make it very quick because there's so much more fun things to do. But I want to talk a little business and introduce a video that I think you'll find quite compelling. It's all about how we make a major breakthrough in a cancer treatment. And I entitled the video, The Joy of Making a Cancer Treatment Breakthrough. So before I get there, I have a couple of minutes just to give you a quick thought about where we're going in the world of cancer treatment. And I always start with this because it's true. Each year, we're going more and more into a cancer treatment revolution. We really treat cancer differently this year than 5 years ago. People are doing better. They're living longer. They're being cured at a greater rate with less toxicity. It's a great thought because when I went into this business, most of the time cancer was an untreatable disease. Today, it is a treatable disease, or at least a more treatable disease. So we have a lot of work to do to get to where we want to get to, and that is to make cancer controllable and even preventable in everyone in this planet. So the foundation is growing a great deal even during this time of COVID unrest. We all actually benefited from science. The mRNA vaccine is a great example of translational research from those of us who studied 50 years ago and we found out about mRNA, and here we are getting vaxxed 3 times. We should be grateful, and I think we are, and get used to it because this is the way we're going to live. Today, the foundation funds about 60 investigators throughout the world, predominantly in the US, and we're on to a big challenge, and that is to take on the problem of aging as a major risk for getting cancer. It's rare to have it happen before the age of 50, and then it goes up continuously the longer you live. We're grateful that we're living longer and longer, hopefully, and that means we're going to have more cancer to deal with. So the foundation is embarked on the problem, can we flatten that rising curve of cancer? And indeed, we've taken it on real well in the last couple of years. We've established international collaborations here with the National Institutes of Health, the National Cancer Institute, National Institute of Aging. We've also partnered with the Israel Cancer Research Fund, as well as starting a center called the International Center for Aging and Cancer in China, and that's a growing entity. And I'm happy to announce tonight, just yesterday, we signed an agreement to co-fund, match funds with Mount Sinai Medical School at the Tisch Cancer Institute to set up a program on aging and cancer. Together, we will attack this problem because that's what we have to do. So let's close tonight with this thought. I'm looking at this video, the work of an individual, Kevan Shokat, who is a shining example of what a real scientist is all about, was first introduced to the foundation by a competitive grant that he was able to obtain. He has been funded since 2008. And even to this day, he's a member of our Institute Without Walls and continues to get some support. He is going to tell you about a journey that started in 2008 to try to tackle a problem of drugging a cancer-producing protein that has been undruggable, known for 50 years. This particular abnormal protein is a common one. It's common in lung, colon, and pancreas. Indeed, as you will see, if we could break that and drug this protein, we probably would be saving hundreds of thousands of lives around the world. We invested in this starting in 2008. This video will tell you that it's now become a druggable target with a drug approved by the FDA, saving lives, prolonging life. So my take-home message, a lot of this was startup money, and build on it. The foundation invested a significant sum of money over a long period of time, and it's paying back dividends. That's what you should take home. Investing in a breakthrough takes years. Dividends are big, right? And I'd like you to walk away feeling you were part of this as you see this remarkable video. Thank you very much.
I'm Dr. Shu. I'm a thoracic medical oncologist here at Columbia University Medical Center. I met Carol in 2016.
We knew something was very wrong, but we didn't know what. So my son and I helped her get up, and we took her to the emergency room where they did some tests, and they did a brain scan and found out that she had tumors all over her brain. We didn't know they were in her lung yet.
Carol was diagnosed from the start as stage 4 metastatic. That means that the lung cancer had started in the lung and had traveled to other places in her body, including her brain.
Dr. Shu said, this is just, we've done this as long as we could, and this was really my mom's last shot, this chemotherapy, this was it. We knew that this was it, and there was nothing else out there.
And that's what's like really impressive, I think, for her, because she was on these treatments, and then, you know, at the time where she needed it, a new treatment was available for her.
The foundation has for several decades now tried to bring new individuals into our Institute Without Walls collaboration. We were introduced to Dr. Shokat through his associate, William Weiss.
Our work was centered on finding a drug to bind to and inhibit and block the function of a protein that causes about 5% of all cancer worldwide.
The identity of this cancer-causing protein has been known for 30 years. No one, no laboratory before, no company, large or small, has been able to make a drug.
Unlike other proteins that we know cause cancer, where we can relatively readily find a drug to block their function, this one, so ubiquitous, but also just so challenging. In late December, about 2012, one of the postdocs on the project, Wolf Peters, he sent me an email that had the file of the crystal structure, and the minute I saw the pocket for the drug, I knew this could be the biggest discovery my lab had made. We published our work so that everybody could evaluate it and really, you know, see what parts needed to be improved. And so all of these companies set to make their own versions of this drug fitting in the exact same pocket. They all work the same way.
Additionally, this type of molecule could be used for more than one type of cancer. The G12C mutation, for example, is found in lung cancer, but also found in several other types of cancers.
When we were able to give her this new drug, it's a pill. So first of all, she wasn't coming in all this way for an infusion. And she immediately started to feel better. There's nothing so gratifying as seeing a drug become FDA approved.
And I knew that this medicine was working because she said, I am so bored. I just want to put some makeup on and go out. Look, you want to come and get me, and let's go out.
I think she felt better for a variety of reasons, including including just being off chemo, but also like the drug really did work. Her tumor from when she started till now, till her last scan, has probably shrunk at least 30 to 40%.
So I'm so grateful for this medicine because my mother is herself. She's eating, she's doing things. She gets up and combs her hair in the morning and gets dressed every day.
This has been an area of scientific exploration for so long, so I feel very fortunate to kind of be on that delivery end of things right now.
Even though when we started, we actually didn't know that we, would succeed, we thought at least we would study it, learn something, and maybe the thing we learned would help somebody else later on.
And I think we'll start seeing many so-called undruggable targets becoming druggable now that we have this new way of looking at the problem that Dr. Shokat has developed.
It's amazing how much failure scientists will go through to make a discovery. It has to be that way. If you fund only things that work or are going to work in science, I honestly think you will never make a breakthrough.
That investment is well worth the funds that have been invested. Why? Because it can become amplified. It can be expanded by others picking up their ideas, replicating their work, and moving it forward in new and intriguing ways.
This is what's great about foundations and Sam, who really understand what it takes to make a discovery. That's the other special sauce, I think, of the Waxman Foundation.
I'm so grateful to everybody that's, the histologists, cytologists, scientists, everyone that sits in front of a microscope and says, let me see how this will work with this. Let me see how this will work with that, because you are moving mountains for people.
I am so grateful that we've come to this day that I honestly never thought I would see. And we owe Dr. Kevan Shokat and his team and his collaborators so much for bringing us to this moment.